Okay.
Right.
Hello, everybody in
All
the
right.
YouTube universe. Hi, Rita again, still from Huge Theater, hosting. Some of you might be wondering, she's at home. Why hasn't she changed her clothes? And you would be correct to wonder that. I don't know. I don't know. I have that opportunity and I haven't taken it because upstairs where my clothes are it feels a million years away. Improv-a-thon is still going. We have 9 hours to go. Am I mathing that right? Probably pretty close. Going till midnight tonight for Give to the Max Day. Donations are rolling in. Thank you so much to the incredible generosity of everyone so far. We are so close to that $30,000 mark, almost to our $50,000 goal. I think we're like $501 away. 301? I don't know. Somebody do the math for me. We're very close. And I would love to just see that happen while I'm hosting. And this is the last set I'm going to host for a bit. So you don't have much time out there in the world. Tell all your rich uncles we need them. For this next set, we have an amazing group donating their time to give you some more improv joy in your day. So let's please welcome with your clapping hands in the chat the Reservoir Frogs. Yeah.
All right. Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the Reservoir Frogs set, and welcome to Improvocation. I am your director and host for this set, and these three characters I'm about to present to you are going to be weaving a tale of high ambition and low morals through a series of questions that I directed them. But first, let's give our characters some suggestions that we pulled from the audience previously. So, tonight, our object is going to be a watch. Our location is a return counter, and our relationship is between two shoe designers. So, once again, that's a watch, a return counter, and shoe designers. Once again, everyone, we are Reservoir Frogs.
Well, hello, I'm Bertram Samuels, and I'm one of the premier shoe designers in the neighborhood here, just this small neighborhood. We have several, and I'm just one of them, but one of the best. And indeed, I enjoy using exotic materials like radial tire sidewalls and vegetable matter for my shoes. And I'm about to get a deal with Nike. As a matter of fact, that is what I am aiming at, is to get Nike to sign on and make my shoes perhaps into a LeBron James line. Yes, I'm Bertram Samuels.
I'm Janet Simmons. I am 46, divorcee. It has been a rough couple of years. I'm not going to lie. Bill took the house and the car, but I got a job at Target here and working the return counter, making ends meet. But God, I really want him to know just how much I hate him.
I'm Jane Thomas, and I'm designing the premier line of shoes for the season. They are made out of bat leather. And I am going to be the best shoe designer that there is. And to that end, I will stop at nothing to get my bat shoes to market.
Bertram Samuels, I am the best here in our neighborhood, and I'm looking to get a shoe deal with with Nike and perhaps some athletes will score big points and hoops and whatnot wearing my shoes.
Jane Simmons, revenge takes money. And there's a lot of money that passes through the return counter.
Jane Thomas, shoe designer and bat leather importer.
Oh, well, Bill is, I should say, I mean, he's kind of dead to me now, was a kind, sweet, caring man. And then he cheated on me with the nanny. Yeah, I should have seen it coming. There was a distance growing between us. I suggested counseling, and we tried, and by tried I mean I showed up and he didn't, and instead a lawyer with divorce papers. My things were out on the yard when I got home. Should have really read that prenup. But you know, I don't need him. I don't need him. I haven't needed him since that day. But, you know, it just feels wrong the way things went down.
Well, thank you for asking. I got into the industry back in during the Great Depression in 1934, and as you can see, I am weathered myself, and I have learned how to make wonderfully weathered shoes that last and last. I make them all myself. You might call me more than just a designer, but actually a cobbler, if you will, and well, my neighbors, they all needed shoes. And during the Depression, there was a dearth of good materials. Everybody on ration tickets and coupons and everything to get products and everything. So we just scavenged and cobbled up together, no pun intended, you know, cobbled up together all of the various different things that we could come up with to create good footwear. That's indeed how I got into the industry.
I actually answered an ad to get into the shoe industry from a designer named Bertram Samuels many, many years ago. And he taught me very well, I will say, like he taught me very well. But then he started to steal my designs, and I don't take kindly to having my designs stolen. So now I'm kind of feeling like all of my success is aimed at showing him, you know, what I can do without him.
Well, it was a regular Tuesday. My boss wasn't around much, and yes, an odd man came in with a very expensive looking watch. I mean, it's clearly not the kind of watch that's bought at Target. I don't know what he thought he was going to do with it at the return counter, but I don't think he knew what he had. So yeah, I returned his $50 watch. I mean, satisfied customers really the whole point of customer service, I may have kept the watch.
The last straw for me with Bertram was when I had come to work wearing my brand new Cartier watch that I had purchased with all the money that I had saved working for him to that point. He had given me a bonus for some of the designs that I came up with that did very well. And I bought the watch with it. And I took it off at one point, which I'm still kicking myself for ever having taken it off, but I took it off to wash my hands and I must have left it on the sink. And the only other person who was in that bathroom was Bertram. I went back, it was gone. And I knew that he stole from me not only my designs, but my personal property and all my earnings. He's morally bankrupt. And I will do anything to show him up and sabotage his deal with Nike that he thinks that he's getting. I'm not sure why Nike wants to buy, vegetable shoes. Maybe the ecological market, I suppose. But it's not going to happen. It's going to be mine. I have other things besides the bat leather.
Well, of course I'm doing okay financially. Why would you ask such a question as that? As a matter of fact, I just made $50 on a watch I took down to the returns at Target, and they were quite nice. I believe it was a gal by the name of Janet, and she was gladly gave me $50 for this beautiful watch that I gave back, and I felt that was quite a deal. I mean, I didn't pay hardly anything for it at all. One might say that I found it and got it for free, and then I returned it and got money for it. So of course I'm $50 richer than I was this morning. So of course I'm doing okay financially. And I do think that, I just got done with my meeting with Nike, you see, and they've promised me that they will advance me $1 million to get a prototype of an NBA shoe ready to go for one of the new rookies coming in for the Minnesota Timberwolves. I don't know their names. I don't do much in the way of watching basketball, but I mean, a shoe is a shoe, right?
Black market is such a dirty word. No. I didn't sell it on a black market. Took it to the pawn shop down the street. Vic's cash for stuff. I see his commercials on television just all the time, and he swears up and down in those commercials he will give you cash for stuff. I just didn't know how much. I was joking when I said $15,000. And the look on his face when I said that was just one of delight. I've never seen $15,000 in one place before. He just set it there on the counter and started giggling.
This has been the craziest week. So I went to the pawn shop to get rid of my engagement ring after that whole thing ended. And I was waiting, and I started looking at the things in the counter, and I saw my watch. I mean, I don't know if it was my exact watch, but it was the same like make and model in the pawn shop. I was just thinking about this. Like, we were just talking about this, right? And now here it is in this pawn shop. I was like, oh my God, I have to have it. But they marked it up a lot. I think they might have it mistaken for one that came out in a different year, because mine didn't cost that much originally. But yeah, I'm thinking about saving up for it, but I have to do well with my designs this season. I would love to have it back. I would really love to have it back. But I don't know. I have to see how it goes at the show with the bat leather line. I'm anticipating it's going to do very well because of COVID. Everyone hates bats now, so.
Well, I do have to be careful during the upcoming competition. We're going. My protege. She still has a lot to learn. Don't let Jane fool you. She still has a lot to learn. She doesn't know everything there is to know about shoes. She's actually never put a shoe together with her own two hands using nothing but small pebbles that you craft into the shoe tacks that you nail into a wooden frame made out of balsa wood, and then gathering all of the various different, I used the seat of an old pair of pants for the soles on one of the shoes one time. Well, anyway, I have to be careful because I've heard that she's going to be using living bats tied to her shoes to add an extra oomph to them. And I don't want her shoes to eat my shoes because, see, my shoes are old parsnip husks with some greenery as a fringe. I believe that would fit the colors of the Oregon team, whatever their name is. I don't remember. But as it were, I am really looking forward to this competition because I am sure that my veggie shoes will just make a smoothie out of the bat shoes.
So a contact of mine actually now works for Cartier, and they arranged for me to get a deal selling my designs, licensing them rather, I should say, licensing my designs to Cartier. And the contract was huge, and I got a ton of money. And so now I can just attend the shoe show, VIP status, and watch as Bertram struggles to impress all those people. Makes me kind of sad for him, but yet at the same time, no, I bought back my watch, and things are going very well. I can't wait to see nobody buy Bertram's shoe designs.
Well, I mean, what do you do with $15,000 in your pocket? What does any sane person do? I bought tickets to the most exclusive shoe show. It's been a dream of mine forever. I mean, imagine the look on Bill's face when I walk by in the latest fashion, and he can see that I am down, but I am not out. All I have to do is, get my hands on the latest fashion. I figure there's just gonna be just fancy shoes everywhere there, right? I mean, nobody noticed the watch being gone. What's one pair of shoes?
So there I was walking through the shoe store and or the competition at the grand hall of the small little town that we're in, and wouldn't you know it, my fears were, I flipped the table holding Jane's shoes because her bats ate my shoes just like I feared. I feared that her shoes would be eating my shoes, and they did. And now Nike's not, they've already told me I had nothing to show them. They were my prototype, and I've lost my contract with Nike. So you watch out, Jane. You watch out. I'm coming for you. I am going to get you if it's the last thing I do. You have earned my ire, and by the time I have walked to the other end of the hall, I will have come up with a plan to defeat you and destroy you and make you rue the day that you were ever my apprentice.
So a lot of people think the shoes themselves are made with live bats. They're not. It's bat leather. But we do use live bats as part of our live show. The wings, the flapping, it's all very, it adds so much. I don't think Bertram was expecting to see my shoes in the show, but he did. And our fruit bat exhibit actually ate some of his shoes. And it was funny until my fruit bats started to get sick and die. And so now I can go and tell Nike that his ecological, non-toxic shoes are actually full of toxic chemicals that poisoned my bats. You're going down, Bertram.
So the security found me after I had set up my third booby trap, but they didn't find the other two. But well, I am afraid that I am now spending the rest of my years at 90 some years old in jail.
Well, I can't say that my trip to the shoe show was an overwhelming success, but I did find this very lovely vegetable tray. It looks like it's been a little worked over, perhaps, but at least I've got dinner.
My associates at Cartier informed me that my watch is actually a fake. I was so embarrassed. I just bought a new one though.
All right, everyone, and that is our show. Thank you once again for checking us out here. And once again, we were Reservoir Frogs. Feel free to check us out on Facebook for any of our upcoming shows. And we will hand things back over to Rita.
Yay! Thank you so much. Put all your clapping hands in the YouTube chat for Reservoir Frogs. Thank you all so much for doing this. It was great to have you. Exciting news. I was looking at the thermometer on the Give MM page, which is apparently much lower, like in real life, a thermometer than the actual leaderboard. And we have, in fact, clipped $30,000. We've raised $32,000, $32,048, which I'm going to take full credit for, even though we were maybe above 30 before this started. But I'm taking credit for it, so don't worry, Bree. I see it now. Sarah, I'm so glad you joined us for some day improv. Maribel, thank you for understanding that I'm not going to change my clothes because it's just too hard. And the rest of you, thank you for supporting Huge Theater. Thank you for being with us during Improvathon 2020. We're going to end out this stream and start a new one right over on our YouTube channel. So stick around for Dilly Doll House. We'll see you soon.